Deep at the bottom of the sea, a longing for the unreachable light. That was my very first sorrow.
I was so curious about the dazzling world, shimmering beyond the blue waves. The day I first rose to the surface, holding my breath, I saw you for the first time under the shattered moonlight.
When the fierce storm tried to swallow everything, I held your cold, fading body in my arms, leaning against a broken piece of the mast. I prayed all night,
please open your eyes.
let even my small warmth reach you.
By the time you let out a faint breath and woke from your sleep,
I had to hide behind the rocks like sea foam, but your breath, your warmth, the fleeting memory, it made me risk my entire world. I didn't mind losing my one and only voice, even if blood seeped as if walking on sharp shards of glass.
with every step,
If only I could stay by your side, if only you would smile at me just once. I thought that alone would complete my destiny.
when I first stood before you on my own two legs, you smiled tenderly as if looking at a lost child. But your warm gaze was not love for me, it was me who saved you. Why couldn't I say a single word?
My lips swallowed only silent screams, and I had to watch another woman smiling brightly beside you.
I should bless you, I should wish for your happiness,
But tears keep rising from my bleeding toes. The time allowed to me slips away like sand, and when the bells announcing your wedding ring across the whole sea, my heart silently shattered into pieces. I didn't mind losing my one and only voice, even if blood seeped as if walking on sharp shards of glass. With every step, if only I could stay by your side, if only you would smile at me just once. I thought that alone would complete my destiny. Yeah. The cold silver dagger my sisters handed me, they said if I pierce you with this blade, I can return to the sea. In the night when everyone was asleep, quietly looking down at your face, I gripped the dagger tightly in my trembling hands. But how could I ever hurt you? You were the one I wanted to protect, even if it meant
throwing away my everything, even if it meant burning my own life away. Seeps through the window, and now my final morning is breaking. I silently place a last kiss on your sleeping forehead, and through the dagger, my only salvation into the deep sea.
throwing this body into the cold sea water. I scatter away into white sea foam. I will become the wind, the warm morning sunshine, and always hover around you.
You don't have to remember my sad and beautiful love. Goodbye, my only light. this is it. This is the last time I will allow myself to write to you, even just in my head. The last time I will sit with your memory spread
out before me like a wound I keep reopening to inspect. I have made this declaration before I know I have said goodbye in my mind more times than I can count. Each time believing it and then finding you back again in the next quiet moment, the next unguarded morning, the next song that played at exactly the wrong time. But something is different this time.
There is a finality in the air that I have not felt before. Not the forced finality of a decision, but the natural kind, the kind that arrives when something has simply run its course. I have spent too many years living in the past, dwelling on the mistakes, the betrayals, the endless cycle of hurt and hope and hurt again. I have given so much of my present life to a past that can no longer be changed, worn down the edges of today by dragging yesterday's weight through it.
I am tired of bleeding over a wound that should have scarred over a long time ago. Yes, you hurt me deeply, more deeply than you probably know,
in ways that reshaped how I move through the world. And
yes, I made terrible choices that I will carry with me. Moments when I was small instead of generous, fearful instead of brave, absent when I should have been present. Both things are true, and they don't cancel each other out.
but holding on to this pain is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It destroys only the one who swallows it. Day after day, convinced the suffering serves some purpose. It doesn't, it never did.
It's time to close the book. I am packing away the memories, the tender ones and the devastating ones.
The ordinary Tuesday mornings and the nights that broke something in me,
And putting them on a high shelf where they can rest without ruining me.
they happened, they were real. They made me who I am in ways both difficult and necessary. But they are not the whole story, and they are not the end.
I forgive you for breaking my heart, and I forgive myself truly this time
For letting you,
for loving you so completely that losing you felt unsurvivable.
even when I survived it, it is time to walk out of this darkness and feel the sun on my face again. Goodbye, truly this time. Goodbye.
There comes a point where you just have to stop fighting the current and let it carry you away. Not because you have given up, not because you don't care anymore, but because the fight in itself has become the damage. And continuing, it means continuing to hurt. I have spent so much time being angry at you, being disappointed in you, cataloging your failures like evidence in a case I was perpetually building, waiting for you to become the person I needed you to be. I kept extending the deadline quietly, giving you one more chance and then one more, convinced that the right version of you was just around the corner if I
patient enough, loving enough, understanding enough. But I am finally accepting the truth. You can't be that person, not because you are broken beyond repair, but because you are who you are, fully and completely. And who you are was never quite what I needed.
No matter how desperately I tried
To make the shapes fit, and maybe that's okay. It hurts terribly, the way only the truth can hurt. With that deep, clean pain that doesn't leave room for argument. But it is the truth, and I spent enough energy running from it. I am letting go of the expectations that were suffocating both of us. Mine, that you would transform into someone you never were. Yours, that I would eventually stop needing what I need.
There is a strange, melancholy peace in this surrender. Not happiness, not relief exactly, but something quieter. A settle in the end of a particular kind of noise inside me. The disappointment is still there, lingering in the shadow. Familiar as an old ache
You learn to carry, but it no longer controls me, no longer sets the weather of my days.
I accept that we were just
Two broken people trying to love each other with jagged edges, inevitably drawing blood. Even in moments of the best intentions we fail.
But perhaps the attempt itself,
The years of trying,
the stubborn hope,
the love that was real, even if it was all so flawed, was beautiful in its own tragic way. I release you. Go be who you are in the life that fits you. Be well. Be well. I sit here today, watching the dust dance in the sunlight, and I can't help but think about how easily you let us go. There is something almost cruel about the way ordinary moments carry on. The light still filters through the curtains. The birds still call out to each other in the trees, as if the world has no idea that something sacred has been broken. You promised me forever, you know. You looked me right in the eyes and told me I was the one place you felt safe.
you said it quietly, almost reverently, like it was a vow you had been carrying inside you for years, waiting for the right moment to release it.
And I believed you. That's the most disappointing part of all this. Not that you left, but that I trusted the illusion you built so carefully.
I trusted the warmth of your voice, the steadiness of your gaze, the way your hands would find mine.
Without even thinking, I traced the memories we made, looking for the exact moment your heart turned cold, the exact moment you decided I wasn't enough anymore.
I go back through every conversation, every quiet evening, every shared meal, like a detective searching a crime scene for the smallest clue. Was it a sudden realization or a slow decay? Did you wake up one morning and simply decide, or did your love erode grain by grain like sand washing away from a shoreline? Too gradual to notice until the ground had completely shifted beneath me. It feels like a betrayal of everything we stood for, every promise made in the dark,
Every whispered future we painted together.
I gave you the purest parts of my soul, the pieces I had never trusted another person to hold. I handed you my fears, my dreams, my most tender vulnerabilities, and you received them with such apparent care.
But you treated them like they were completely disposable. invisible.
I don't hate you though, I probably should. I just feel this heavy,
Hollow disappointment, a quiet grief,
deeper than anger, heavier than tears, for the person I thought you were. You were my shelter when the world felt overwhelming, the calm inside the noise.
but now you are just a ghost, haunting the house we built together, lingering in the spaces between what was and what I had hoped would be.
I walk through these rooms
And I feel your absence more powerfully than I ever felt your presence. Because absence has no mercy. It fills every corner completely. The nights are the hardest when the world goes quiet. My mind gets so loud, replaying every mistake, every harsh word I ever threw at you like it was a stone. I had no choice but to hurl. The silence of 3 a.m. is not peaceful.
It is a courtroom, and I am always on trial.
The prosecution never rests, it replays scenes
I would give anything to rewrite the times I chose stubbornness over tenderness, the moments I let my pride build a wall
between us, brick by brick, convinced I was protecting myself
when I was really just
pushing you further away.
I find myself bargaining with the universe, asking for just one more chance to go back and do it all differently. I should have held you closer when you were crying, when your voice broke on the phone and I offered platitudes instead of presents. I should have swallowed my pride and apologized first. That night in October, when we both sat in stony silence on opposite sides of the room, waiting for the other to crack. Neither of us brave enough to be the first to be vulnerable. If only I had known that the cost of my pride
Would be you.
it is a bitter pill to swallow, knowing that the distance between us now is entirely of my own making. I let my ego drive away the best thing that ever happened to me.
And there is no version of that sentence
That doesn't sting like salt in a wound. The regret sits on my chest like a heavy stone, making it hard to breathe sometimes, making every morning feel like climbing out from under something. I keep drafting messages to you in my head, pouring out my apologies, begging you to understand that I was broken and didn't know how to love you right. I was afraid of needing you too much, so I pretended
I didn't need you at all.
I confused distance with independence and silence with strength, but I know it's too late. The damage is done, the glass is shattered, and no amount of wishing can put the pieces back perfectly. Each sharp edge remains. I have to live with the ghost of my own mistakes, and the haunting is relentless. A quiet, persistent reminder that love requires more than feeling. It requires showing up fully and without armor every single day. Can we just stop fighting? I am so incredibly tired of this cold war between us, tired of the careful way.
I have to measure every word, tired of the invisible boundary lines we have drawn across all the places places we used to roam
freely together. I used to be able to say anything to you. Ridiculous things, embarrassing things, half-formed thoughts
I hadn't yet made sense of,
and you would receive them with such warmth.
now I rehearse sentences before I send them and delete them anyway, because
No combination of words feels safe anymore.
the silence is deafening, and it is slowly breaking whatever is left of my heart.
I know I hurt you, and I know you hurt me too. We have both drawn blood in this pointless battle of egos. Launched words like weapons and then acted surprised when they landed. I have said things I cannot take back.
So have you? We have both stood our ground long past the point where the ground was worth standing on. We are so committed to being right that we have forgotten what we were originally fighting for. But does it really have to end this way? Look at everything we are throwing away. The easy laughter, the inside jokes no one else would understand. The particular comfort of someone who knows your history and loves you anyway.
I keep thinking about the way you used to laugh at my terrible jokes, the slightly exasperated sound of it when you were trying to be stern but couldn't quite manage it.
I keep thinking about the way we could sit in silence for hours and still feel completely connected. Two people in the same quiet universe, needing nothing more than proximity. That kind of ease is rare. I have spent enough time in the world to know that it doesn't come twice easily. Please, let's just put down our weapons. I am willing to take the blame. I am willing to say I was wrong if it means I get to see your smile again.
That real one, the one that starts slowly and takes over your whole face before you can stop it. Don't let this stubbornness destroy the most beautiful thing we've ever known. Come back.
This time,
Not to argue, not to prove who is right, but just to remember why we started all of this in the first place. I am leaving the door open for you. I will keep leaving it open. Please walk through it.
Strange how someone can sleep next to you for years, breathe the same air in the same rooms, share meals and mornings in the unremarkable rhythms of daily life, yet remain a complete stranger. I look at you now and I realize I never really knew you at all.
I was in love with a projection, a beautifully crafted mask you wore, with such skill and consistency that I mistook it for a face.
Every soft look, every act of tenderness, every late night conversation that felt like intimacy. I wonder now which of those were real and which were performance.
When the mask finally slipped, the face beneath it was so cold,
So indifferent, so utterly unlike the person I had devoted years of my life to loving.
How could you lie to me with such ease? How could you hold my hand
while your heart was already miles away,
already living in a future that didn't include me?
The betrayal cut so deep because it wasn't a sudden explosion. There was no dramatic confrontation, no obvious moment of rupture. It was a slow, deliberate poisoning of our trust.
Administered drop by drop, so gradually that I felt only a vague unease.
Before the damage was already complete, you let me believe in a future that you had already decided to cancel, continuing to collect my love like rent while planning your departure in secret.
I feel so foolish for defending you,
for explaining you to concerned friends with such certainty, for believing your empty excuses when everyone else saw the truth I refused to see.
I was your most loyal defender,
And you knew it.
and you used it.
You took my unconditional love and used it as a convenience, a
Safety net to catch you while you figured out what you actually wanted.
The disappointment I feel is paralyzing,
Not just because of what you did,
but because of what it says about my own judgment.
my own willingness to believe in a story that was never true,
I am mourning not just the loss of you,
but the loss of my own naive ability to trust so blindly.
that particular innocence is gone now.
And I cannot decide whether I am grateful or devastated by its absence.
I decided today that I am going to forgive you. It did not arrive as a grand revelation, no lightning bolt, no sudden peace washing over me like rain. It came quietly while I was washing dishes and listening to the sound of traffic outside, and I simply thought,
I am so tired of carrying this.
I am so tired of waking up and finding the anger still there on my chest.
Like a stone,
I apparently agreed to carry everywhere.
so I made a decision.
The way you make a decision to change your route home, or to finally throw away something broken.
I decided to let it go.
I want to be very clear though,
I am not doing this for you,
I am not doing this because you deserve it.
or because what you did was okay.
It wasn't you broke me in ways I didn't even know I could be broken.
Cracked open spaces inside me
I hadn't known existed, left absences in places
I hadn't known were full.
But carrying this anger around is exhausting. It is burning me from the inside out, turning my heart into something bitter and unrecognizable, making me smaller than I want to be.
Every time I allow myself to be consumed by what you did,
I hand you power over me all over again, and you have taken enough. So I am choosing to let it go. I am releasing you from the debt you owe me.
not because the debt isn't real,
But because waiting for an apology
you will never give.
is just another way of letting you control me.
Keeping me tethered to the past.
I need to leave behind. I am choosing to forgive you the way you trim away dead weight before a long journey. Not out of kindness to what you're cutting,
But out of necessity for the road ahead, it is a terrifying process, this unhating of you.
sometimes the anger flares up again, hot and violent, burning through the careful calm.
I've been building and I have to start again from the beginning.
But I'm trying to let the waves wash over me and recede without drowning in them. I forgive you so that I can finally begin to heal. I forgive you so that I can finally be free. And that freedom, however hard won, however fragile, belongs to me.
Not to you.
had known that the last time I saw you would be the very last time, I would have memorized every single detail. I would have stood in that moment, the way you stand at the edge of the ocean, wanting to absorb it completely, knowing it cannot be kept, but trying to hold it anyway. I would have permitted the exact shade of your eyes to memory, that particular quality of light in them when you were happy, the way they narrowed slightly and something amused you before the smile arrived on your lips. I would have memorized the way your voice sounded when you said my name, not the performance of it, but the casual version, the one you used when you weren't thinking about it, when I was just a natural and easy thing in your world.
But we never know when the end is near.
Do we?
We'll take time for granted with the breathtaking confidence of people who believe there will always be more of it.
We ration our attention
And generosity and presence,
saving the best of ourselves for some future occasion that never quite arrives now.
oh, I'm left drowning in an ocean of what ifs.
What if I had just stayed 5 minutes longer that afternoon?
What if I had been brave enough to tell you how I truly felt before the train pulled away, before the moment closed like a door and became permanent?
The regret is a physical ache, a constant throbbing in the back of my mind that no amount of distraction
Quite reaches.
I try to move on, I try to fill my days with noise and people
And the small accomplishments of ordinary life. I reorganize things, I make plans, I have conversations that are pleasant enough,
but the quiet moments always betray me.
arriving without warning in the middle of something else entirely.
A song, a smell, the angle of afternoon light in the silence.
You are still the only thing I hear. I am so sorry for the words left unspoken, for the declarations I rehearsed and swallowed, for the love I held carefully in both hands and then inexplicably kept to myself.
I'm so sorry,
I didn't fight harder for us.
didn't say loudly and clearly this matters, you matter. I am
Not willing to lose this without at least trying. I was afraid.
That's the truth I have to live with. Not that I didn't love you, but that I was too afraid to say. So when it still could have changed everything. I know the walls are crumbling down around us. I can feel the distance stretching out cold and unyielding, like a winter that has decided it no longer needs to end.
I watch the space between us grow, and I keep thinking that if I just reach a little further,
Try a little harder, find the right combination of words and effort and patience, I can close it again.
I am aware, distantly, that this might be foolish,
But I am not ready to accept the alternative. The silence that comes after the empty table, the particular loneliness of missing someone who is still technically alive. But I am still here, standing in the ruins, trying to hold the roof up with my bare hands, watching splinters fall around me and telling myself the structure can still be saved.
why won't you help me? Why are you just standing there watching it all fall apart with that resigned expression, as if the collapse is merely weather?
Unfortunate but inevitable, beyond anyone's control. I am pouring every ounce of my energy into trying to fix this, trying to bridge the gap you created, trying to reach you across the growing cold. And I am growing tired, my arms ache from holding up what should be shared weight.
Just give me a sign, a single word to let me know you still care, that somewhere beneath the disappointment and the distance you remember what this was and feel as I do.
The grief of its potential Let's go back to the beginning. Before the lies, before the tears, before we forgot how to be gentle with each other. We can rebuild this, I promise.
But I can't do it alone.
It breaks my heart to see you so resigned, so willing to throw away our history without a fight.
As if years of accumulated tenderness count for nothing against a season of difficulty. Don't you remember the warmth we shared?
Specific, irreplaceable warmth of two people who have chosen each other again and again for all time.
I am begging you to remember.
Please don't let the darkness swallow us whole.
Reach out your hand.
I am right here, waiting to catch you, waiting to be caught in return.
You played your part so well. You were the perfect partner, the perfect friend, the perfect confidant, attentive and warm in all the right moments, present in all the ways I most needed you to be.
You learned what I needed, and you gave it to me with such apparent ease that I never once questioned whether the giving was genuine until you weren't, until the curtain dropped and the stage was just a stage and I was
Left standing in an empty theater, trying to understand what I had actually been watching all this time. I keep replaying the moment I found out the truth, the moment the floor dropped out from under me, and everything I thought was solid revealed itself as illusion. It wasn't just a lie, it was a complete invalidation of my reality, a retroactive rewriting of my own history. Every smile is now tainted, every shared secret, every intimate conversation, every moment I thought we were building something real. All of it is
now
refracted through what I know,
distorted into something
I barely recognize. The sweetest memories are the ones that hurt the most now, because they were the most convincing. How did you sleep at night,
knowing what you were doing,
knowing that you were slowly destroying the person who loved you the most?
who would have walked through fire for you without a second thought? The betrayal is a stain that won't wash out.
No matter how hard
I scrub, no matter how much time passes,
I look in the mirror and I feel disgusted
with myself for not seeing it sooner, for being so willingly blind, for choosing the comfortable story
over the uncomfortable truth
that was always there if I had
only been willing to look.
You made me look like a fool,
Not just to others, but to myself,
which is the wound that cuts deepest. You took my sacred vulnerability, the parts of myself I offered to you with such trust, and turned them into a weapon against me.
use my own love as leverage.
I will survive this,
Of course,
people survive worse.
but a part of me died the day I realized who you truly are.
The part that believed without reservation in the fundamental goodness of the person I love most, that part is gone now. And the space it leaves is vast and strange.
There comes a point where you just have to stop fighting the current
And let it carry you away.
Not because you have given up,
Not because you don't care anymore,
but because the fighting itself has become the damage. And continuing it means continuing to hurt. I spent so much time being angry at you,
being disappointed in you.
cataloging your failures like evidence in a case.
I was perpetually building,
waiting for you to become the person I needed you to be.
I kept extending the deadline quietly,
giving you one more chance and then one more, convinced that the right version of you was just around the corner. If I was patient enough, loving enough, understanding enough. But I'm finally accepting the truth, you can't be that person.
not because you are broken beyond repair,
but because you are who you are,
fully and completely, and who you are was never quite what I needed. No matter how desperately I tried to make the shapes fit, and maybe that's okay.
It hurts terribly, the way only the truth can hurt, with that deep, clean pain that doesn't leave room for argument. But it is the truth, and I have spent enough energy running from it.
I am letting go of the expectations that were suffocating both of us. Mine that you would transform into someone you never were. Yours that I would eventually stop needing what I need.
There's a strange, melancholy peace in this surrender.
Not happiness,
Not relief exactly,
but something quieter.
a settle in the end of a particular kind of noise inside me.
The disappointment is still there, lingering in the shadows. Familiar as an old ache you learn to carry, but it no longer controls me, no longer sets the weather of my days. I accept that we were just two broken people trying to love each other with jagged edges, inevitably drawing blood even in moments of the best intentions.
We failed, but perhaps the attempt itself, the years of trying, the stubborn hope, the love that was real even if it was also flawed, was beautiful. In its own tragic way, I release you.
Go be who you are, in the life that fits you. Be well. This is it. This is the last time I will allow myself to write to you, even just in my head.
The last time I will sit with your memory spread out before me like a wound I keep reopening to inspect.
I have made this declaration before, I know I have said goodbye in my mind more times than I can count, each time believing it and then finding you back again in the next quiet moment, the next unguarded morning, the next song that played at exactly the wrong time. But something is different this time. There is a finality in the air that I have not felt before. Not the forced finality of a decision, but the natural kind, the kind that arrives when something has simply run its course. I have spent too many years living in the past, dwelling on the mistakes, the betrayals, the endless cycle of hurt and hope and hurt again. I have given so much of my present life to a past that can no longer be changed, worn down the edges of today by dragging yesterday's weight through it. I am tired of bleeding over a wound that should have scarred over a long time ago. Yes, you hurt me deeply, more deeply than you probably know, in ways that reshaped how I move through the world. And yes, I made terrible choices that I will carry with me. Moments when I was small instead of generous, fearful instead of brave, absent when I should have been present. Both things are true,
and they don't cancel each other out. But holding on to this pain is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
It destroys only the one who swallows it day after day, convinced the suffering serves some purpose.
It doesn't, it never did. It's time to close the book. I am packing away the memories, the tender ones and the devastating ones, the ordinary Tuesday mornings
And the nights that broke something in me, and putting them on a high
shelf where they can rest without ruining me. They happened, they were real, they made me who I am in ways both difficult and necessary.
But they are not the whole story, and they are not the end. I forgive you for breaking my heart, and I forgive myself truly this time for letting you, for loving you so completely that losing you felt unsurvivable.
Even when I survived it, it is time to walk out of this darkness and feel the sun
on my face again. Goodbye, truly this time. Goodbye. I sit here today, watching the dust dance in the sunlight, and I can't help but think about how easily you let us go. There is something almost cruel about the way ordinary moments carry on.
The light still filters through the curtain.
The birds still call out to each other in the trees,
as if the world has no idea that something sacred has been broken. You promised me forever, you know. You looked me right in the eyes and told me I was the one place you felt safe. You said it quietly, almost reverently, like it was a vow you had been carrying inside you for years, waiting for the right moment to release it. And I believed you. That's the most disappointing part of all this.
not that you left,
But that I trusted the illusion you built so carefully. I trusted the warmth of your voice, the steadiness of your gaze,
the way your hands will find mine without even thinking.
I traced the memories we made, looking for the exact moment your heart turned cold,
The exact moment you decided I wasn't enough anymore.
I go back through every conversation, every quiet evening, every shared meal, like a detective searching a crime scene for the smallest clue.
Was it a sudden realization or a slow decay?
Did you wake up one morning and simply decide?
Or did you love erode grain by grain, like sand washing away from a shoreline?
Too gradual to notice,
Until the ground had completely shifted beneath me.
it feels like a betrayal of everything we stood for.
Every promise made in the dark, every whispered future we painted together.
I gave you the purest parts of my soul, the pieces I had never trusted another person to hold. I handed you my fears, my dreams, my most tender vulnerabilities, and you received them with such apparent care.
But you treated them like they were completely disposable. I don't hate you though, I probably should. I just feel this heavy, hollow disappointment, a quiet grief, deeper than anger, heavier than tears, for the person I thought you were.
You were my shelter when the world felt overwhelming, the calm inside the noise. But now you are just a ghost haunting the house we built together, lingering in the spaces between absence has no mercy. It fills every corner completely.
The nights are the hardest. When the world goes quiet, my mind gets so loud, replaying every mistake, every harsh word I ever threw at you like it was a stone. I had no choice but to hurl. The silence of 3 a.m. is not peaceful, it is a courtroom, and I am always on trial.
The prosecution never rests. It replays scenes I would give anything to rewrite. The times I chose stubbornness over tenderness. The moments I let my pride build a wall between us, brick by brick. Convinced I was protecting myself when I was really just pushing you further away. I find myself bargaining with the universe, asking for just one more chance to go back and do it all differently. I should have held you closer when you were crying, when your voice broke on the phone and I offered platitudes instead of presents. I should have swallowed my pride and apologized first. That night in October when we both sat in stony silence on opposite sides of the room, waiting for the other to crack. Neither of us brave enough to be the first to be vulnerable. If only I had known that the cost of my pride would be you. It is a bitter pill to swallow, knowing that the distance between us now is entirely of my own making. I let my ego drive away the best thing that ever happened to me, and there's no version of that sentence that doesn't sting like salt in a wound. The regret sits on my chest like a heavy stone, making it hard to breathe sometimes, making every morning feel like climbing out from under something. I keep drafting messages to you in my head, pouring out my apologies, begging you to understand that I was broken and didn't know how to love you right. I was afraid of needing you too much, so I pretended I didn't need you at all. I confused distance with independence and silence with strength, but I know it's too late. The damage is done, the glass is shattered, and no amount of wishing can put the pieces back perfectly. Sharp edge remains, I have to live with the ghost of my own mistakes, and the haunting is relentless. A quiet, persistent reminder that love requires more than feeling. It requires showing up fully and without armor every single day. Can we just stop fighting? I am so incredibly tired of this cold war between us, tired of the careful way I have to measure every word, tired of the invisible boundary lines we have drawn across all the places we used to roam. Freely together, I used to be able to say anything to you.
Ridiculous things, embarrassing things have formed thoughts I hadn't yet made sense of, and you would receive them with such warmth. Now I rehearse sentences before I send them and delete them anyway, because no combination of words feels safe anymore.
The silence is deafening, and it is slowly breaking whatever is left of my heart. I know I hurt you, and I know you hurt me too. We have both drawn blood in this pointless battle of egos, launched words like weapons and then acted surprised when they landed.
I have said things I cannot take back.
So have you. We have both stood our ground long past the point where the ground was worth standing on.
We are so committed to being right that we have forgotten what we were originally fighting for.
But does it really have to end this way? Look at everything we are throwing away. The easy laughter, the inside jokes.
No one else would understand the particular comfort of someone who knows your history and loves you anyway.
I keep thinking about the way you used to laugh at my terrible jokes, the slightly exasperated sound of it when you were trying to be stern but couldn't quite manage it. I keep thinking about the way we could sit in silence for hours and still feel completely connected. Two people in the same quiet universe, needing nothing more than proximity. That kind of ease is rare. I've spent enough time in the world to know that it doesn't come twice easily.
Please, let's just put down our weapons. I am willing to take the blame. I am willing to say I was wrong,
if it means I get to see your smile again.
that real one, the one that starts slowly and takes over your whole face before you can stop it.
Oh, don't let this stubbornness destroy the most beautiful thing we've ever known. Oh, come back, let's talk, not to argue, not to prove who is right, but just to remember why we started all of this in the first place. I am leaving the door open for you.
I'll keep leaving it open. Please walk through it.
It's strange how someone can sleep next to you for years, breathe the same air in the same rooms, share meals and mornings, and the unremarkable rhythms of daily life, yet remain a complete stranger. I look at you now, and I realize I never really knew you at all. I was in love with the projection, a beautifully crafted mask you wore with such skill and consistency. Yeah, I mistook it for a face. Every soft look, every act of tenderness, every late night conversation that felt like intimacy.
I wonder now which of those were real and which were performance.
When the mask finally slit, the face beneath it was so cold,
So indifferent,
so utterly unlike the person I had devoted years of my life to loving. How could you lie to me with such deeds? How could you hold my hand while your heart was already miles away?
already living in a future that didn't include me.
The betrayal cut so deep because it wasn't a sudden explosion.
With no dramatic confrontation, no obvious moment of rupture.
It was a slow, deliberate poisoning of our trust, administered drop by drop, so gradually that I felt on me a vague unease before the damage was already complete.
You let me believe a future that you had already decided to cancel.
Continuing to collect my love like rent while planning your departure in secret.
I feel so foolish for defending you, for explaining you to concerned friends with such certainty.
For believing your empty excuses when everyone else saw the truth. I refused to see I was your most loyal defender.
And you knew it and you used it.
You took my unconditional love and used it as a convenience.
It's a safety net to catch you while you figured out what you actually wanted.
The disappointment I feel is paralyzing.
Not just because of what you did,
but because of what it says about my own judgment.
my own willingness to believe in a story that was never true.
I am mourning,
Not just the loss of you,
but the loss of my own naive ability to trust so blindly.
that pretentical innocence is gone now.
And I cannot decide whether I am grateful or devastated by its absence. I decided today that I am going to forgive you. It did not arrive as a grand revelation. No lightning bolt, no sudden peace washing over me like rain.
It came quietly while I was washing dishes and listened to the sound of traffic outside, and I simply thought,
I am so tired of carrying this.
I am so tired of waking up and finding the anger still there on my chest like a stone I apparently agreed to carry everywhere.
So I made a decision, the way you make a decision to change your route home or to finally throw away something broken.
I decided to let it go.
I wanna be very clear though, I'm not doing this for you.
I'm not doing this because you deserved it,
Or because what you did was okay. It wasn't you
broke me in ways I didn't even know I could be broken.
cracked open spaces inside me I hadn't known existed.
Left absences in places
I hadn't known were full, but carrying this anger around is exhausting. It is burning me from the inside out,
turning my heart into something bitter
and unrecognizable, making me smaller than I want to be. Every time I allow myself to be consumed by what you did, I hand you power over me all over again. And you have taken enough.
So I am choosing to let it go.
I am releasing you from the debt you owe me.
Not because the debt isn't real,
but because waiting for an apology you will never give is just another way of letting you control me,
keeping me tethered to a past
I need to leave behind. I am choosing to forgive you the way you trim away dead weight before a long journey.
not out of kindness to what you're cutting,
but out of necessity for the road ahead. It is a terrifying process, this unhating of you.
Sometimes the anger flares up again,
hot and violent, earning through the careful calm. I've been building, and I have to start again from the beginning. But I'm trying to let the waves wash over me and recede without drowning in them. I forgive you so that I can finally begin to heal. I forgive you so that I can finally be free. And that freedom, however hard won, however fragile, belongs to me, not to you.
To you.
If I had known that the last time I saw you would be the very last time, I would have memorized every single detail would have stood in that moment, the way you stand at the edge of the ocean, wanting to absorb it completely, knowing it cannot be kept, but trying to hold it anyway.
I would have created the exact shade of your eyes to memory, that particular quality of light in them when you were happy, the way they narrowed slightly when something amused you before the smile arrived on your lips.
I would have memorized the way your voice sounded when you said my name, not the performance of it, but the casual version, the one you used when you weren't thinking about it.
And I was just a natural and easy thing in your world,
But we never know when the end is near.
We take time for granted with the breathtaking confidence of people who believe there will always be more of it.
We ration our attention and generosity in presence,
Saving the best of ourselves for some future occasion that never quite arrives. Now I am left drowning in an ocean of what is. What if I had just stayed 5 minutes longer that afternoon?
What if I had been brave enough to tell you
How I truly felt before the train pulled away, before the moment closed like a door and became permanent?
when regret is a physical aid?
A constant throbbing in the back of my mind, I know amount of distraction quite reaches. I try to move on, I try to fill my days with noise and people in the small accomplishments of ordinary life.
I reorganize things, I make plans.
I have conversations that are pleasant enough,
But the quiet moments always betray me.
arriving without one home in the middle of something else
Entirely a song, a smell, the angle of afternoon light in the silence.
You are still the only thing I feel.
I'm so sorry for the words left unspoken,
For the declarations I rehearsed and swallowed,
for the love I held carefully in both hands and let inexplicably kept to myself. I am so sorry. I didn't fight harder for us, didn't say loudly and clearly, this matters, you matter. I am not willing to lose this without at least trying. I was afraid.
That's the truth I have to live with,
Not that I didn't love you,
but that I was too afraid to say so.
and it still could have changed everything. I know the walls are crumbling down around us. I can feel the distance stretching out, cold and unyielding, like a winter that has decided it no longer needs to end. I watch the space between us grow, and I keep thinking that if I just reach a little further, try a little harder, find the right combination of words and effort and patience, I can close it again.
I am aware
Distantly that this might be foolish, but I am not ready to accept the alternative, the silence that comes after the empty table, the particular loneliness of missing someone who is still technically alive. But I am still here, standing in the ruins, trying to hold the roof up with my bare hands, watching splinters fall around me and telling myself the structure can still be saved.
Why won't you help me? Why are you just standing there, watching it all fall apart with that resigned expression, as if the collapse is merely weather, unfortunate but inevitable, beyond anyone's control. I am pouring every ounce of my energy into trying to fix this, trying to bridge the gap you created, trying to reach you across the growing cold, and I'm growing tired. My arms ache from holding up what should be shared away.
Just give me a sign, a single word to let me know you still care, that somewhere beneath the disappointment and the distance you remember what this was and feel as I do, the grief of its potential loss.
Let's go back to the beginning, before the lies, before the tears, before we forgot how to be gentle with each other.
We can rebuild this, I promise, but I can't do it alone. It breaks my heart to see you so resigned,
So willing to throw away our history without a fight, as if years of accumulated tenderness
count for nothing against a season of difficulty. Don't you remember the warmth we shared, the specific irreplaceable warmth of two people who have chosen each other again and again for a long time?
I am begging you to remember.
Please don't let the darkness swallow us whole. Reach out your hand, I am right here waiting to catch you, waiting to be caught in return. You played your part so well. You were the perfect partner, the perfect friend, the perfect confidant, attentive and warm in all the right moments, present in all the ways I most needed you to be. You learned what I needed and you gave it to me with such apparent ease that I never once questioned whether the giving was genuine, until you weren't, until the curtain dropped and the stage was just a stage, and I was left standing in an empty theater, trying to understand what I had actually been watching all this time.
I keep replaying the moment I found out the truth, the moment the floor dropped out from under me, and everything I thought was solid revealed itself as illusion. It wasn't just a lie, it was a complete invalidation of my reality, a retroactive rewriting of my own history.
Every smile is now tainted,
Every shared secret,
every intimate conversation,
every moment I thought we were building something real, all of it is now refracted through what I know, distorted into something I barely recognize. The sweetest memories are the ones that hurt the most now, because they were the most convincing.
How did you sleep
what you were doing, knowing that you were slowly destroying the person who loved you the most.
Who would've walked through fire for you without a second thought?
The betrayal is a stain that won't wash out. No matter how hard I scrub, no matter how much time passes, I look in the mirror and I feel disgusted with myself for not seeing sooner.
For being so willingly blind, for choosing the comfortable story over the uncomfortable truth.
That was always there if I had only been willing to look.
You made me look like a fool,
Not just to others,
but to myself,
which is the wound that cuts deep in. You took my sacred vulnerability, the parts of myself I
offered to you with such trust, and turned them into a weapon against me.
use my own love as leverage.
I will survive this, of course,
People survive work.
but a part of me died the day I realized who you truly are. The part that believed without reservation in the fundamental goodness of the person I love most. That part is gone now, and the space it leaves is vast and strange.
Deep at the bottom of the sea, a longing for the unreachable light. That was my very first sorrow. I was so curious about that dazzling world, shimmering beyond the blue waves. The day I first rose to the surface, holding my breath, I saw you for the first time under the shattered moonlight.
When the fierce storm tried to swallow everything, I held your cold, fading body in my arms, leaning against a broken piece of the mast. I prayed all night, please open your eyes, let even my small warmth reach you.
By the time you let out a faint breath and woke from your sleep, I had to hide behind the rocks like sea foam. But your breath, your warmth, that fleeting memory, it made me risk my entire world.
I didn't mind losing my one and only voice, even if blood seeped as if walking on sharp shards of glass with every step. If only I could stay by your side, if only you would smile at me just once. I thought that alone
Would complete my destiny. When I first stood before you on my own two legs, you smiled tenderly as if looking at a lost child. But your warm gaze was not love for me, it was me who saved you. Why couldn't I say a single word?
My lips swallowed only silent screams, and I had to watch another woman smiling brightly beside you. I should bless you, I should wish for your happiness, but tears keep rising from my bleeding toes.
The time allowed to me slips away like sand, and when the bells announcing your wedding ring across the whole sea, my heart silently shattered into pieces. I didn't mind losing my one and only voice, even if blood seeped as if walking on sharp shards of glass with every step. If only I could stay by your side, if only you would smile at me just once.
I thought that alone would complete my destiny.
The cold silver dagger my sisters handed me, they
said if I pierce you with this blade, I can return to the sea. In the night when everyone was asleep, quietly looking down at your face, I gripped the dagger tightly in my trembling hands. But
how could I ever hurt you? You were the one I wanted to protect, even if it meant throwing away my everything, even if it meant burning my own life away. Faint dawnlight seeps through the window, and now my final morning is breaking. I silently place a last kiss on your sleeping forehead, and through the dagger my only salvation into the deep sea.